This was 2007. The country was locked up in spirited campaign with political parties competing for political power. The All Democratic Party of Kenya, which was led by its leader Raila Odinga, was battling it out with the Party of National Unity that was headed by the incumbent president Mwai Kibaki. The nation was divided along ethnic and tribal lines. The political parties took control of different parts of the towns. And on the 27th of December, thousands of people, men and women, lined up in various polling stations across the country to cast their ballots.
Raila. Raila.
2 days later, darkness and gloom engulfed the entire country soon after President Mwai Kibaki was sworn in as the president. The nation went up in flames. Scores of people, the young and the old, were killed. Some maimed, while many women raped. Several foreign countries, including the United Nations and African Union, came to their aid. With the help of eminent persons led by Kofi Annan, peace was brokered and a power-sharing deal was reached. Having been governed by a coalition government for 5 years, it was now time for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to conduct elections, a move that was to see a new president elected under the new constitution.
Si election ya leo inastahili iwe nzuri, fair. Hatutaki yote.
Following what they experienced in 2007 and 2008, several organizations under the Champions of Peace moved in early enough to preach peace ahead of the March 4, 2013 polls.
We have partnered with the Champions of Peace since the election campaign period up to now. The main reasons for this partnership is because of what's happened in the 2007-2008 elections, when there was a lot of destruction after the announcement of the results of 2007 elections. And this is why we thought it was important as business community to team up with other stakeholders in this city so that that kind of destruction is not visited.
Immediately after the violence of 2008, early 2008, a lot of efforts were put in by a number of organizations, the religious sector, community-based organizations and NGOs, to conduct civic education or create awareness. And that has been ongoing for the last 5 years, just to create awareness on citizens to ensure that they stay peacefully.
Peace caravans crisscrossed the three areas with the messages reaching out to residents ahead and after the disputed party nominations that saw a number of contestants defect to other political parties. They again turned up in large numbers to vote. But when the Jubilee Alliance presidential candidate Uhuru Kenyatta was declared president by IEBC, hawked security personnel patrolled areas marked as hotspots in a bid to maintain peace and order. The court presidential candidate Raila Odinga filed an election petition at the Supreme Court, leaving residents anxious.
Mimi ningeambia Wakenya ya kwamba ndio tunatarajia ushindi upande wa Raila kwa hiyo petition, lakini tuachie mahakama iamue. Chochote chenye wataamua, hata kama sisi ni on the side of A, wale wako side ya B, ikienda upande ya A tushukuru Mungu, ikienda upande ya B pia tushukuru Mungu. Tusije tukaingilia ile maneno tuliona mwaka ya 2007.
hata saa hii tunangojea vile uamuzi wa majaji vile wataamua kwa Supreme Court. Hiyo uamuzi tutakubaliana nayo kwa sababu raundi hatutaki fujo.
However, Champions of Peace continued with its peace campaigns as residents maintained the slogan of never again.
This time, the peace campaign that we held was very critical in seeing that the country remained peaceful, and also the candidates had sworn to campaign peacefully and to accept the results, and should there be any disagreement, they agreed to take it to court, and that is exactly what happened. And this is why you can now see that Kisumu is quite back to normal.
When the Supreme Court President Willy Mutunga delivered its verdict that upheld IEBC's announcement that Kenyatta had been validly elected, security personnel patrolled the areas to maintain law and order. Unlike the 2007 general elections, this time round, those living in Kisumu, Eldoret and Nakuru emerged as champions of peace, saying never again.
We took upon ourselves to form a common platform between the various non-state actors. The Champions of Peace, we brought together all the actors.
We are going to go back to nationhood, because nationhood is the basic factor that we are looking for as champions of peace. Me, as a member of Champions of Peace, I believe that this country was built on a foundation of nationhood, and we must all endeavor to go back to nationhood. But we must first appreciate the diversity of the different regions that we stay through devolution.
Forums. We brought members of the various dominant communities within Nakuru County to discuss ways on how they can coexist peacefully, and that really contributed a lot. We also brought in the police to improve public police relations, such that to enhance early warning and response mechanisms, which we attribute that to the successful conduct of the general elections.
To achieve this, a number of approaches and strategies were employed. Number one, and above all, the participatory framework was the core pillar that was driving the engine of Champions of Peace. Number one, we had what we call the dialogue forums. The dialogue forums was very instrumental as they provided a platform for a participatory process. All the stakeholders were involved: the Kenya Police, the business community, the citizens, and above all the relevant government agencies like the IEBC, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, and others constitutional offices. When you go back to history, 2007-2008, police played a significant role in high number of deaths during the post-election violence. And that informed widespread campaign to strengthen public-police relationship.